Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. This is Group 46, LAX2047. This is a poetic society and this is the fifth video discussion. In this video, Group 2 will read their poem and we will discuss about it. So let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Nur Emilia binti Wahab. My metric number is 208075. What about Shahira Izazi?
Hi, my name is Syahira Izazi binti Azhari and my matric number is 208351. What about you, Sophia?
Hello everyone, my name is Asha Sophia binti Ismail. My matrix number is 208036. What about you, Emily and Natasha?
Hi, my name is Wan Emilia Natasha binti Wan Muhammad Kamal and my matric number is 207905. What about you, Nazmi?
My name is Nazmi Shahmi. Naudullah, my matric number is 208149. Next, what about you, Christina?
My name is Nur Christina binti Azizai. My matrix number is 207764.
Okay, in group 2 consists of me, Christina, and Nazmi Shahmi, and we will read our poem first. So let us start. Okay. I remember the days when I would speculate that working from home would simply be great. I thought I could work in my jammies and hang out with my homies. I would only dress up when I would be meeting on Zoom. Then I would just have to clean a little part of the room. But now that it's happened, my dream hasn't come true because working from home is like life at the zoo. A big cage of monkeys couldn't be any worse. The noise and congestion drive me to curse. Now I miss the days when I went off to work. Working from home, it turns out, was the dream of a jerk.
Why do you come? If only to be a troublesome. It's getting hard day by day with you taking all the joy away, leaving me with a puzzle to finish. And I know there's a missing piece, but I can't keep making excuses even if I'm here powerless, because there's a mouth to be fed and it keeps playing inside my head. I won't let my little bundle of joy cries, even if I need to sacrifice, even if I need to starve. But it's time for you to pack. Let me have my job back.
COVID-19 destroys many lives, so we must obey this rule in order to survive. Stop talking close to each other because we cannot see the danger. Keep your hands sanitized because the infection cannot be realized. Cover your face with a mask to avoid the fuss. This pandemic cannot be ended if this guy is just merely a word.
Okay, we will explain our poem. For the first paragraph, from the first line until line 4, before this pandemic, I actually said, a new day again. I'm too lazy to wake up from my bed. And I thought I repeated those phrases a few thousand times in a day. And from line 5 until line 6, I keep on dreaming that it would be good if I would just have Zoom meeting and where I don't have to dress up well. If my room is a bit mess, I will tidy the room. From the line 7, the coronavirus came and make it real. Unfortunately, it is not what I expected. Line 8, the word zoo here is referred to how we live during the pandemic, and we have to stay home like a cage, so we can't go out. And the word zoo here is referred to the noise, because in when we go to the zoo, there is a lot of voice noise from the animals. And line 9 until 10, this is very related to me as I am the youngest one. I don't have room, so I have to go anywhere in my house and to find a better place for me to do the online class peacefully. And everyone in the house make noise, and I can't even focus on my studying. Sometimes I fed up. And line 11, I miss my previous life on where where I can see my friends, I can share my problems, and also the studying in conducive conditions. The final line, which is line 12, I really, really regret from what I say in the previous time. So, next paragraph.
So in stanza 2, why do you come? You is referred to the virus itself. And in second line, if only to be a troublesome, because after the virus there, here, it caused a lot of changes to our life. It caused a lot of effect to a lot of aspect. And in line 3, it's getting hard day by day. It is because it is hard for us to adapt with this new norm. And in line 4, with you taking all the joy away, the joy is referred to our freedom, our normal life, our social life before this. And in line 5, leaving me with a puzzle to finish. A puzzle is a problem that happened once the virus here now. The missing piece, it is referred to the job, but if you haven't finished the stanza, you might not understand that first. The words missing piece. Line 7, but I can't keep making excuses. They can't keep blame things instead of taking action to do a right thing to solve the problem. Then there's a mouth to be fed and it keeps playing inside my, because there's a mouth to be fed, it is referred to their children. It is a view from a parent, so it refers to their children. I won't let my little bundle of joy cries, it is also referred to the children's. And from line 12 and 13, even if I need to sacrifice, even if I need to starve, it indicates that parents will do anything and everything to let their children have enough necessities. And line 14 and 15, but it's time for you to pack, let me have my job back. But it's time for you to pack is referred to the virus to leave us away, leave us alone, and let the parents have their job back. So from after I finish the stanza, the joy, with you taking all the joy away, is actually referred to the virus taking the job of the parents away. And also the missing piece is also indicates the job. So what about line 3?
For the last stanza, the meaning for this stanza is basically about the guide and tips that we should follow in this pandemic time and the effect if we not follow it. Okay, for the first two line, it is basically about we should stop the COVID-19. But for the line 3 to line 8, it is about the tips or the rule that we should follow in this pandemic time. For the last two line, it means that if you want to stop the COVID-19, it will just be meaningless because if we cannot even do the most simple and basic thing to prevent the COVID-19, how we can expect it to end in the near time. So basically, uh, that's all.
Okay, I want to add something. During I wrote the poem, I wrote this poem when I was being too emotional and being messed up with the online class. I have to face many problems such as stress and also the internet connections and yeah, some things like I can handle. But to and then um I think it would be the best way to express myself, my emotion into this poem. So yeah, what about you? Other group opinions about this poem?
I think for stanza 1, when you wrote about having expectations on working from home and all that, to be honest, when we started our degree life online, I thought that it would be great because I can spend my time with my family more, and I don't have to dress up to go to the classes. But throughout the 7 weeks in degree, I think most of us have troubles, especially internet problems. And whenever we have any problems regarding our topic that we learn in class, it is very hard to ask question because sometimes the lecturers cannot hear us, or when we refer to our friend, it will be quite hard for them to explain to us, and it will be very troublesome for them. I think it will be a burden for them if we keep asking them question, right? Because they also have to study. So I think we all have the expectations, good expectations on learning from home and all that. But in the first stanza, it proves that all those expectations are not true, because it will be hard on some and it will be easy to others, because not everyone have a good source of internet connection, right? So for stanza 2, when you mention about because there is a mouth to be fed, it about it is about a family where their parents need to think about their children, and they need to sacrifice their own health to go to their office to do their work and all that, because they have to feed their children even though it is in this pandemic situation. So it's true that they need to sacrifice, because and they also need to starve because they need to put more money on their children that compared to themselves. For stanza 3, I think um, for the line, this pandemic cannot be ended if this guy is just merely a word, is very true, because if the SOP, if we do not follow the SOP very well, then there's nothing, there will nothing happen, because there's just merely a word. They just only the SOP only exists because, I don't know, maybe for the publicity or whatnot. But if we did not follow them properly, then nothing will change. Yeah, I think that's all from me.
Okay, for me, the first thing that I noticed about this poem is its rhyme, as the one that you wrote about violence against women wasn't rhyme, right? And I really love to see the connection between each two lines because I find it very impactful. When I read stanza one, only then I realized that before this, everyone thinks that work from home, online classes are better, but I think they are wrong. Sometimes by staying at home for too long is stressful too. Because when we can socialize with our colleagues, with our office mate, classmate, it helps us to reduce our stress. And next for stanza 2, it says about the effects of the virus towards some people who lost their job during this pandemic. For example, as we all know that pilot, which a career that before this everyone was praising, but now many of them, I think most of them has been affected. No job, no salary because they cannot fly anywhere. And for stanza 3, obviously, it focuses on awareness because there's presence of the word sanitize, mask, stop talking close with each other, which means social distancing in order to stop COVID-19. COVID-19. So I really love the connection between each line, each stanza. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay, so for me, for stanza one really got me because I was one of those people who thought that online classes would be great. And I remember being excited for online classes last March. But and to me, I guess it's true that despite not having to dress up or not having to catch the bus, online classes can also be very exhausting. just the same as how some people are working from home right now. And I love how you represent the working from home as life at a zoo, because of how you said just now, it's noisy and it's less convenient compared to physical classes or physical work. So stanza 2, I guess in stanza 2, it includes more to implicit meaning or implicit words in parts of the poem. Like implicitly, you use the word you in stanza 2 to represent the virus COVID-19. And I like how you make it like we are directly talking to the virus and telling it how it has taken all the joy away from us. And you also use implicit words in line 5 and 6, which is the puzzle to finish. And I know there's a missing piece, which represents the problems and working from home. And what I like the most about this poem is how, to me, I see that stanza 2 and stanza 3 is actually connected to each other. In line 7, in stanza 2, the line is, but I cannot keep making excuses. And in stanza 3, I see it's all about reminding ourselves back about what we can do and about what we cannot do. And notice how in stanza 2, it says that we are powerless, but in fact, in stanza 3, it talks about how we actually do have our own roles to play. So it feels like we may seem powerless, but it's actually up to us to solve this pandemic, how we must obey the rules, how we must stop talking to each other and keep our hands sanitized and cover our face with masks. And just like how Emilia states just now, I also like the last two lines of the poem, which is Sophia, this pandemic cannot be ended if this guide is just merely a word, because at the end of the day, we cannot just simply give up and just hope for the government to solve this problem, because in fact we also have our own roles to play to solve this pandemic. So that's all from me.
Okay, for this poem, what is your rate? Is it good or it just like so?
Of
For me,
course,
it's
it
good.
is good.
Yeah.
To me, it's good, and I think I like this one much more. And how to me it's more, you use more mature words, and I guess by making it rhythmic, it's better.
Yeah, I think this poem also good. Yeah, you guys improve a lot. Wow.
Do you want to add more or just simply end like this or something want to add? Someone to add? Nazmi Shami, you want to add something? There's no additional words, so we will end. Is it okay if we end like this?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, it's already good enough.
Okay, I think that's all from us, group 2, and I think that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
nice day.